All right, do we think we need a bathroom break?
Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Join your voices with mine. Hine Ma Tov Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Ma Tov Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
Bruchim Habayim, welcome everyone. It's good to see all of you here. Cantor just sang Hine Ma Tov Umanayim, Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good and how pleasant it is when we all come together. And it's so exciting that we get to come together this week to celebrate Shabbat, this week to mark our men's club Shabbat, and also to welcome our Bet class. Let's hear it for the Bet class, who are going to be leading us in Kabbalah Shabbat and parts of the service tonight. And we begin with the candle lighting. As we welcome in Shabbat, we welcome in our day of rest. I'm going to invite the Bet class teacher, Mora Margaret, and their madrichim to come on up and light Shabbat candles. Please rise.
I can't think of the melody. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. So, Bet class, are you guys ready to get us started? Well, come on up to the bima. Let's open our Sidor Lev Shalem to page 11. Let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God as we raise our voices in song. Page 11, L'chuna Ranana.
Honey.
Okay.
Shall be glad and the earth rejoice, the sea and its fullness roar, the meadows and all that grows in them exult, even the trees of the forest shall sing praise as Adonai comes. Page 14, in the middle of the page with the red arrow, Yismechu Hashamayim.
Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam,
bottom of page 20, 3 lines from the bottom with Romamu. Great job, Kita Bet. We continue on page 23 with Lecha Dodi.
Is he okay? I think he's okay. Kids are resilient, you know. So this is a Lecha Dodi, a new melody that we've been doing. You'll catch on if you haven't heard it. And like I like to say, we've been doing it a lot. So if you haven't heard this melody, you haven't been coming to services, so learn it now. Here we go. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Let's try that again. Here we go. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmianu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem u'tiferet ve'litila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat, likrat Shabbat, lechu v'necha ki mekor haberacha. Mirosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshavat techila. Everyone, lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. We rise, lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. We welcome in the Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'v'tzola. Toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, boi chala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela.
may be seated. We turn to page 27, a song for the day of Shabbat, Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat.
We're going to start with the nigun, sing along, lai, lai, lai. Here we go. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon. Lehagid baboker, baboker chatzkecha. Ve'emunatcha ba'aleilot. Ale asor va'ale navel. Ale higayon ve'chinor. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon. Tzadik atamar yifrach ke'erez balvanon yizke. Shetulim beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichun. Odin v'mesevad shenim v'rananim yehiu. Lehagi ki ashar Adonai tzuri v'lo havlatabo.
Page 29.
Adonai malak geu lavesh, lavesh. Adonai osi tazar aftikon tevel bartimot. Mikolot mayim rabim adirim mishpereyam. Adir bamarom Adonai. Erotecha nemnu milvetcha navakodesh. Adonai leorech yamin.
I'd like to invite everyone to please rise. In Kita Bet, if you could take a moment and find your parents and go over to them. Because each Shabbat, as we welcome in the day of rest, we bless our children, we bless our family members, our friends, our community members with the ancient words of the Berkat Kohanim, of the priestly blessing. Feel free to put your arms around the person next to you, and we share these ancient words with them.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. Join together, Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha.
May Adonai's face shine upon you, and may God grant kindness upon you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasim lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon yasim lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon yasim lecha shalom.
face be lifted toward you, and may God grant you shalom, grant you peace. Ken Yehi Ratzon.
Ken Yehi Ratzon.
May be seated. At this point, we turn to our prayer for healing, and we think of those in our lives in need of physical and spiritual well-being. Included in our prayers this Shabbat, we think of Rav Yaakov Chai ben Hadassah, Shimon ben Yaakov Mordechai ben Naomi, Devorah bat Sarah, Hershel Yehoshua ben Malka, Perel bat Rezel, Dov ben Ita, Shmuel Yaakov ben Kalia Ba'ari, Devorah Rachel, Malka bat Sarah, Leib Yisrael ben Abraham b'Tzipora, Aliza Meira bat Leah, Sivya bat Chana, Elijah Avila, Yafa Fega bat Ziselbina, Kathy Berlin, Chana Shifra bat Moshe Bluma, Abraham David ben Liba, Daniel ben Yisrael, Bani Meyerson, Tova bat Rivka, Karen bat Yaakov Yerushalayim Cyril, Adina Miriam, Harry Kinney, Kevin Haffey, Ezer Pesach, Devorah bat Zipporah, Zelda bat Yaakov v'Miriam, Ben Sion Chai ben Rachel, Leah Liba bat Doba, Robert Isser, Miriam bat Rivka, Miriam Chana bat Raphael v'Avigail, Allison Kuntz, James Julia, and Jean Cook. If you'd like to include someone in the prayers today, I invite you to rise in your spot and share the names when I come to you. Bunny. Bet kol hacholim, and all those who are ill. Cantor leads us in the prayer for healing.
Let's join our voices together. El narefana la, el narefana lo, mi shebirach avoteinu, el narefana la, el narefana lo, mi shebirach imoteinu, grant us refuah shleima, grant us refuah shleima, may the source of healing renew our body, renew our spirit, and let us say Amen.
We turn in the Sidurim to page 30. And I invite those in mourning or marking a yahrzeit to rise and join me in the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalmad yivera kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mevorach leolam u'lomeo maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha brichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechamata damiran v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May be seated. I call on our Director of Congregational Learning, Rabbi Helene Kornsgold.
Thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you very much. So as you heard, Kita Bet beautifully led us in parts of Kabbalah Shabbat. So learning Kabbalah Shabbat is part of their curriculum in Kita Bet. Another part is they have a whole unit on the synagogue. They learn the people who work in the synagogue and all of the objects and the symbolism in the synagogue. They had a wonderful tour given by Rabbi Walk. And another thing that they learn in Kitabet is the Alphabet. So they learn all the letters of the Alphabet, they learn the vowels, they start to learn simple words. But here's my question to you. So we know the Alphabet, right? Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled. But here's my question. Did you ever think how the Aleph got to be the first letter of the Alphabet? So my friends in Kitabet are going to come up and they are going to share with you a beautiful story about how the letter Aleph became the first letter in the Alphabet. So I'm going to call all of Kitabet up. You can leave the Sidurium here. We're going to come up to the bima.
All of the Hebrew letters gathered before God each said, "Start the Torah with me, start the Torah with me." The Tav spoke first.
Start the Torah with me, Tav. The Hebrew word Torah begins with me, and it means law or teaching.
Start the Torah with me, Shem, for the word shalom, meaning peace, starts with me. Please, dear God, begin the Holy Torah with me. Resh, because the word ruah, spirit, begins with my letter.
Please, dear God, begin the Torah with my letter Kuf. The word Kodesh, holy, begins with me, and the Torah is holy.
So why not start the Holy Torah with my letter, Tzadi? The word tzedakah, which means righteousness, begins with a tzadi.
About me, Pei, the word Pesach, which is the name of the holiday of freedom, begins with me.
What about me, Ayib? The Torah was given to Am Yisrael, the nation of Israel.
The word Seglah, a precious treasure, starts with my letter, Shema, and the people of Israel are God's special treasure. You should start the Torah with me, Nun, for the word Nays. Miracles start with me, and the people of Israel are a miraculous nation.
The Torah's teachings were handed down to Moshe, so it should begin with my letter, Mem.
The Torah Torah should begin with me, Lamed, because the word for learning and teaching, Lomed, begins with Lamed. If you begin the Torah with Kaf, it would be perfect because the word Choshe, meaning strength, starts with me. The word Yisrael starts with me, Yod. It is the name of our people, and it means champion of God. So the Torah should begin the letter with my letter. So my word Tov starts with the letter Tet, and God said in the Torah that the word was good. What about me? The word for life is Hayim, and that begins with Het. The word for gold is Zahav, which begins with Zion, and the Torah is a precious gift of gold. Why not begin the Torah with me, Vav? Because the word Va'ed, forever, starts with me, and the Torah is forever.
The word Hallel begins with me and is the prayer we recite on special associations. The Torah should begin with my letter, Hey.
The words Dor Lador, from generation to generation, begin with me, Dalet, and the Torah is for every generation.
Let the Torah begin with Gimel, for the words of Gimeli Tzadim, these of loving kindness, begin with me, and that is a basic feature of the Holy Torah.
The bet had remained quiet until now. It realized that only it and the Aleph remembered to speak before God. The bet began to speak with quiet determination and conviction. Dear God, the Torah is a source of blessing for all mankind. Its message is that love, peace, justice, and truth. The Torah should begin with a bet because this is the first letter in the word bara, meaning blessing. Suddenly, everyone was absolutely silent. God was speaking. The Torah shall begin with a bet because the message of the Torah is bracha, a blessing to every creature on earth. Everyone broke out in a loud applause. The letters gathered around the bed, congratulating it when suddenly God spoke again.
Aleph, why are you so quiet?
Because, dear God, you did not give me a chance to offer the reason that the Torah should begin with my letter. All the other letters had a chance to speak, but not me.
The Aleph is correct, so it shall be the first letter of the 10 Commandments, Anochi. I am the Lord thy God will begin with Aleph, but the Torah will begin within the beginning, Bereshit. A bet for blessing is the very essence of my plan for this world and all who live it.
And everyone was happy. Shehekuyanu.
We hope you will join us here in 5 years to celebrate our bar mitzvahs. Shabbat Shalom.
Bet, thank you so much for teaching us about the Aleph Bet and why the Torah starts with Bet or Bereshit, why the 10 Commandments starts with Aleph. And wow, I can't believe that there are only 5 years until your B'nai Mitzvah. Parents, can you believe that? Like 5 years, wow. Well, Kitabet's going to lead us in some more of the service. We turn to the Mariv, to the evening service, beginning with the Baruch Hu, the call to worship on page 39. Please rise. Kitabet, you stay up here. Everyone else, you may be seated. We continue in the middle of page 39. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons, and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, creates day and night, rolls light before darkness, and darkness from before the light.
Adonai Tzvaot Shemo El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimachaleinu Leolam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Hamariv Haravi.
Amen. Page 40.
Ahavat Olam Yisrael Amcha Haftat Torah Mitzvot Mishpatim Ki Hem Chayenu Ve'orech Yameinu B'hem Negei Yomam V'Layla בבטך תשמי ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בם ושיתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Continue on page 42.
Adonai Elohechem
Then Moses, Miriam, and the people of Israel joyfully sang this song to you, Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai, top of page 44.
Adonai Yaakov Gelom Yachazak Mimenu Baruch Atah Adonai God Israel.
Amen. Allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully and awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Blessed are you who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people of Israel, and over Yerushalayim, over Jerusalem, page 45, Hashkivenu.
Join your voices together. Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu. Adonai. Eloheinu leshalom. Leshalom. Hashkivenu. Adonai. Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom, v'ha'amidenu, malkeinu, l'chaim, chaim, ufros aleinu, sukkot, shlomecha. When I lay down at night, when I rest my head, oh God, watch over me. And when the morning comes, we thank Adonai. We thank Adonai. And pray for peace. And pray for peace. Together. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu malkeinu. אתה ועד עולם, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים.
Amen. Page 46, please rise for Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש מרבה, ועלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב יאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך, יתברך, וישתבח, ויפאר בתרומה, וינשא, ויתהדר, ויתעלה, ויתהלל, שמי קודשה, בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא, ויאמרו amen.
We spend the next few moments in silent prayer with the words of the Amidah, beginning in the Siddur on page 47. Tonight and tomorrow we celebrate Rosh Chodesh, the beginning of the new month of Nisan. We include the passage in the middle of page 50 for that occasion.
I'm scared. You're talking into the... I can hear you. Hello? You said scoot back. Go back. Okay. How do we go? Shalom. I'm squishy. Turn around. Why are we doing it down here?
We continue on page 54, Kaddish Shalem.
יתקדש שמי רבה. יעמד יברכי ותביאם נבחרתי בחיי חונה ומחונה בחיי תחו בית ישראל. בגלה וזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך. לעולם עולם מעומיה. יתברך. יתברך في شبات يبارك ترمى في نسي في تزار في صلب صلاة شمير كود شابريخو ليلا من كبر خطاب شكرتا تشبه خطاب نخمتا دميران لما بيمرو آمين تلك باطل باطل تخيس فالقدام أبوهن بيشمعي بيمرو آمين به شمر راب من شمعي وخملين وكويس را بيمرو آمين وسه شالوم بيمرو ما فويا سه شالوم علينو بالكو إسرائيل بالكو يوشبي تيفل بيمرو آمين
Amen. You turn to page 55 in Kitabet, now that you've all sat down. I'm going to come right back up here for Kiddush, and I want to invite any other kids younger than Bar Bat Mitzvah who are here to come on up and get a cup of grape juice. And Kiddush tonight is going to be led by Eli Lowensteiner, Alina Tepper, and Yael Polsky. Please rise. Yes, come on.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodesh v'ha'avat v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaro lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu
B'Shabbat Kodesh B'Ahava U'Ratzon Hinchaltanu.
Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. Great job, girl.
Great job, Alina, Yael, and Ellie. A big yasher koach to them for leading us in Kiddush. We continue with Aleinu on page 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol latet gedula liotzer breshit shelo asanu kegoye haratot v'lo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem v'goralenu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim Lifnei Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Not HaShamayim V'Yoser Haaretz U'Moshe V'Karo B'Shamayim Mimal U'Shchinot Uzo V'Govem Meromim U'Eloheinu Heinod Emet Malkeinu Efes Ulato Shevota el levavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim imal v'aretz mitachat enod akin gabel chadoni v'yiramir b'deber כי המלכות שלך יהיו למעט ימלוך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
May be seated. We turn to page 58 for the Mourner's Kaddish. This coming week, we observe the Yort sites of Linda Levinson, Abraham Rubinoff, Dave Gerstein, Fanny Frank, Mitchell Fries, Hushie Silverstein, Selma Polinsky, Carol Proctor, Jerome Oxman, Roger Halperin, Norman Walenzik, Max Koss, Jack Miller, Bella Boxer, Hilda Kersner, B. David Grant, Henry Levin, Linda Oberlander, George Sherman, Leonard Wallace, Irene Weisberger, Samuel Goldfarb, Frida Edelstein, Chaim Levner, Jacob Thaler, Sam Stein, Walter Shapiro, Anita Shapiro, Zelig Ben-Yankel, Katie Usilowitz, Louis Eldon, Esther Chicky Newman, Harry Mackler, Francis Jaffe, Ruth Nathan, Max Ablowitz, Richard Hurd, Herbert Katz, Yetta Schaefer, Florence Jacobson, David Shapiro, Henry Fox, Ruben Steinman, Alvin London, Joseph Kaplan, Esther Lamb, Hattie Cinco, Luis Riley, Paula Levine, and Beatrice Jacobs. We also extend condolences to families in the middle of Shiva and Shloshim following the death of a loved one, to Sanford Lois and Robin Benjamin on the passing of Sister and Aunt Ellen Levinson of blessed memory, and to Michael Abadi for the passing of his sister Lorraine Abadi. Page 58, I invite those in mourning or marking a yort site to rise and join me in the Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah v'yalma divera kirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen Yehi shemei rabbah mevorach leolam olomeo maya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei V'yitadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yithalal, Shemei d'kudsha, Rihu, Le'ela, Minko, Berchata, v'shirata, Tush bechata, v'nechamata, Damiran, Bialma, v'yimru, Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May be seated to represent the Temple Israel Board of Trustees and call on Amy Udoff.
Bet. Oh my gosh, you guys did so good. Great job. I used to teach elementary school, and I think you guys might be the very best class. You did so good. So mazel tov. You're all so cute.
You're not biased at all, are you?
What's that?
You're not biased at all,
I'm not biased, but it might be one of my favorite classes, along with the Gon class. Shabbat Shalom. I love this crowd. We all should do it more often. If anybody's ever coming, let us know. We can all meet together. Congratulations to Kita Bet, and thank you, Rabbi Kornsgold, Melissa, for all of your hard work at our religious school, and to Maura Margaret, and the Bet class Madrahim, George, Amia, Max, and Hannah. Thank you so much for all that you're doing for our kids. It looks like it's going great. Thank you. And thank you, Don Broom, our pianist tonight, and Sean Servett, our audiovisual tech expert. And thank you to the Men's Club for the pre-Oneg. We really enjoyed that. If you all joined us out there, it was lovely. You're welcome to also do that again. And TRS is having its Taste of Gon open house on Sunday, April 3rd at 9 o'clock. So if you are still at any of the preschools and you have or if you know anybody that's a rising kindergartner, please tell them to come. We would love for them to hear more about our religious school and all the great things happening. Torah Tat's Bim Bam Shabbat and Passover program will be held on Friday, April 8th at 5:30. So please join Rabbi Kornsgold and Mr. Caleb for a special start to Shabbat. Temple Israel will also be hosting its second night Temple Israel Community Seder on Saturday, April 16th at 6 p.m., led by Senior Rabbi Michael Wolk and Cantor Shira Lissick. The Seder will be musical, engaging, and fun for the entire family. Space is limited and registration is required by April 8th using your Temple Israel online account. Rabbi Wolk will also be teaching a lifelong learning class, which is for in-person here at Temple Israel. The topic is the first Pesach on Tuesday, April 5th at 9:30 p.m., and this is another taste of Milton.
7:30.
Oh, what did I say?
Sounded like 9:30.
Oh, 9:30. Well, that's late. It's 7:30. Jews and Brews, which I love. It's coffee, Jews and Brews. We'll meet this Thursday at 10 a.m. with Rabbi Wolk. Everything else you can find on our website. If you want to sign up, please do that there. Tomorrow morning services will continue at 9:30 a.m. for the Men's Club Shabbat, followed by Kiddush in the Sindra and Leon Levine Social Hall. So please join us. Thank you all. It's so good to see you guys, and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Amy.
Okay, just two more announcements. So Kita Bet class is waiting for the following announcement. After we finish, the Kita Bet class and all the other kids who are here are invited to go to the back to Melissa, and you will get your sweet treats for what you did, for the wonderful job you did leading services. And for those of you who were here on the Kita Bet Family Education Program, Maura Margaret is going to give you the bag with your Kiddush cup so you can take it home tonight and use it at Shabbat dinner.
Thank you, Rabbi Kornsgold. We turn back to page 5 and we conclude our service with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay, ay, ay,
HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim. Kadosh Baruch Hu, ay, tzirchem l'shalom,
Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.